Alright, so the plan for today is to first of all confirm for the fact that yes, we will not be killing the character at level 40. More people have requested level 50 be the level this character gets killed off at. We're still sitting at pretty at 38 at the minute, so the plan is at least to get to level 50, then reevaluate if we're going to kill it or not. Obviously things start to pick up after you've done all of the levels and you can move on to the challenge level stuff, but there's a few unfinished things that I need to do before we start progressing quite so briskly, and that is go back and show you the mini bosses in the levels that I've missed, being Beelzebub from the Deep Jungle and the Ancient Golem from the Ancient Ruins. So what I'm going to do is just quickly go through this as fast as I can, cut away and come back for you folks when I found Beelzebub and then the Ancient Golem afterwards as well. So I will see you folks in just a moment, hopefully. Alright, there we go. Right, Beelzebub. So Beelzebub is the mini boss of the Deep Jungle. It basically flies at you, and then when it stops and does a funny animation, it fires off these weird, just tubes, I guess, of death. They kind of look like the like halogen light bulbs. Is that the right word? It doesn't matter. It's not that difficult to fight in general, but I do believe it poisons you on contact from these. He says as he completely dashes through it. Oh no, just damage. So yeah, like I don't fight this guy like often at all. He's not a difficult mini boss. He's not like something that I often fear. But as soon as I see him, I generally one-shot him. You can see there I killed him in 2 hits, and that's it. So Beelzebub really isn't scary. If you run into him, you'll probably be able to kill him anyway. He's easier than even Tyrannog, but of course has a ranged attack that pops out quite frequently. So maybe be a little bit concerned, but have your wits about you. It won't be a problem. That sounds like a boss. Alright. So the Ancient Golem should be nearby. There we go. Right, so the Ancient Golem is just above me. You can see it's a really interesting model for once. It has a different animation when it's going to attack and when it's going to move. You can see it does a little dash there. I'm trying to get even frame without dying to this Ancient God. Let's pop a bubble. So yeah, it does this swing down and then fires off 3 projectiles in like a triangular pattern. And then has this dash, which again you'll see it pulls its sword backwards and then dashes forward like that. So the Ancient Golem is a really bizarre enemy for this, but hopefully I can get it to swing again. Now it's going to charge, charge again. Do that one. There we go. So you can see it either pulls its sword upwards or back. And you can see the attacks that it has for that. And you know it's going to attack because its model changes from a red face to a pink face. There you go. So that's really it. It's not a difficult boss, really. It's harder because you can't summon it. But again, it has like an actual sound when it's summoned, rather than just... it has like an actual sound when it's summoned, rather than Tyrannog or Gru or anybody who would just do nothing. Alright, I'm just going to keep my distance for a second, use a couple of potions. Because this boss has a lot of HP, I will say, but its attacks are really, really telegraphed. And the infrequency of its spawning is kind of its downfall, I think. Hey buddy, there's your dash. Ow! You juked me there. There we go. Get out of here. Right. Yeah, it did like this where you attack and then switch at the last second. It doesn't really work without like a sword, for example, which is what he did to me, but it didn't do too much damage. And just for a progress report, I am level 42 and I have 100 magic now, so it's pretty good. Again, that's both of the mobs that I missed anyway, so that's kind of catching up on the levels I didn't fully explore, just because it's down to RNG and I didn't want to take up too much time in those episodes. But now that this one's out the way, I can actually come back and continue on from where we were. Ow! I didn't do too many runs, obviously. I got Beelzebub in the first run, and then this is my 3rd, I think, in the Ancient Ruins. But now that bit's out of the way, I really want to continue on to do the next levels, but I do want to keep them contained to their own videos, so I'm not going to do that just yet. I know that this wasn't exactly maintained in its own video, because unfortunately, again, I had to make sure I kept things moving when it mattered. But it's not the end of the world. Oh dear. How's everyone doing today? That's a great question. I don't ask that very much in my videos, I always ask it on stream. But how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing just fine. It's Mother's Day this weekend, so lots of money being spent. Mother's Day in the UK, I should say. Like, I understand it's not Mother's Day for everybody in the world. Alright, Winston, give me something good. That'll do, that's 1,000 credits. Yeah, 2-shot in the relic fish now. Still 3-shot these, I think. Yep. Right. I do like the ancient ruins. Again, it has my favourite mob, which I've expressed before. But I do really like it. Alright. Ah! You can see just the junk I've been collecting. I do need to get some more credits and start doing some other stuff though. Credits are in short supply around about now. I use them for pretty much everything in Iron Man because I need to get the extra emblems and stuff when you see them, because it saves on collecting materials, which is actually really useful. But there's a lot of progress to be made still, which is why I have apprehensions about deleting a character, you know, ever. Oh, experience, man. Oh, whatever. Yeah, which is why I have apprehensions about deleting the character. It's not that difficult to just give up and start again, which is kind of why I want to do it, because at least now I'm guaranteed to get the monster trainer uniform. But you can unlock a lot more if you give things time. The longer your character stays alive, the more likely you are to accomplish more things, like harvest more bug spots, or harvest more bug spots, or buy more things from shops, or unlock more alchemy recipes, or, you know, anything along those lines that can unlock additional races. It's just standard progress. Nothing here, so that's fine. But I have got a stack of credits, which is really good. I can come back here. Sell that, there we go. That's fantastic, right. Let's go get a few more of these done. Right, so I have one last upgrade on all of these, which is going to take 6 stacks of credits. What else can I accomplish around about now? I need to sell those. Let's get those sold as well. This is literally just housekeeping this episode, I think. There we go. Housekeeping is very valuable. Let's do some crafting as well while we're here. Right. I would like some more spicy seeds into emblems. And I can get some of those. And some of the chitin fragments as well. Alright. What have we already unlocked? Not a lot, I don't think. We got the staves, the gauntlets. I'm missing a shield. Missing 2 helmets. Oh, that's tier 2 stuff. I'm looking at tier 3 stuff. I'm being a pleb. I'm being ein plebeian. Right, let's pop this in, and this. What are we going to get? It's all new stuff. Seraphim's a good staff. Guys, Gale's a good gauntlet, yeah. Braxis is garbage. Hey, I need one of these. Right. Epic's pretty good though, I like that, it's a good turnout. Let's see what else I've got in here. Brute armor, that's nice. Not for this build, but it's nice. Brute helm, also not great for this build, but nice. Ultron armor. I think I got all these done by the looks of it. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so I looked a few things in terms of recipes. Moving on to tier 3 stuff there, which is good. I can still make a couple of potions and stuff, I believe, which would be really nice. That looks quite nice. I need to do 2 more, which is the ones that involve the gas bugs. But again, I won't get those in ample supply until a short while from now. And I do still need monster claws, so perhaps I'll go and farm some Shroom Town. That's probably the best call I can make. But I do need to level this up, and that's for a very specific reason. I won't do it right now, but I need to keep this. So I'll reveal all the information for that later on. But as the case may be, that is definitely something you need to keep an eye on. I need to do some more alchemy stuff. So let's try... Have I got all the tier 2 stuff done? I've got tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 there. Okay, so I've done all the tier 3 stuff as well, which is fine. I'm going to make some more health potions. Good health potions. And then I'm going to make some crappy mana potions, I believe. Don't have anything to make those, but that's fine. Right, yeah, we're going to do Shroom Town. That's the plan. You can see, by the way, I got 41 portal uses here now. It's crazy. Definitely stacking it up somewhere. I didn't know if that was going to hit me or not. But hey, we one-shot things here now. That's great. Wallet, hurrah! Thank you, buddy. Alright. Unfortunately, stamina regen isn't something we really actually need. We've already got, like, one of the mods. But, you know, it's fine to keep for now. Until we get better mods or something in the way. And I shouldn't really expect to see better mods for quite some time. Ow. That was nice. Right. Bap. That was kind of a brutal kill, but I don't mind. Ow. I did not mean to dash into you, Red. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, little man. Right. Yeah, give me the boss. So I'm just tracking my monster claws as they come in, just so I can feel a bit more confident about how many I'm collecting, because that's what I need to do. As the case may be, it may start becoming the fact that I have to start... oh my god, can you actually spawn a correct one? There we go. It may become the case that I have to do more and more cuts as this series continues now, because I know that people don't really want to see the same levels like 15 times, and honestly, in the future I'm going to be doing the Desolate Canyon a lot, because I do still need tier 1 materials on occasion. So genuinely, if people don't want to see that, let me know, because I know that it's not something that people want to see all the time. But I do want to show like an accurate amount of progress in like a Zero to Hero series. Obviously today we missed a few levels, and that's it. Like actual experience levels, not like planets. But I know that, you know, every time I show off a new level, I want to show you guys everything I know about it, and hopefully teach you a few things. But if people want to see everything, I'll keep it on. Ooh! Why'd you have to put something I don't need? God damn it. Ah. Right. I might have to just throw that away. It's like Percival's wand all over again. Why you gotta be like that, game? Why can't you give me an Azarius ring? Ah, okay. We're going to keep running Shroom Town. And weapon will be fine. Hey, right. Do I need those? Not really. Claw emblems I would buy though. However, there are none. Gosh dang darn. What am I to do? Ow, I'd meant to jump forward and I just completely bailed on the idea. I jumped forward, realised I was going to hit the red shroom and just gave up. Classic. Right. I think I'm actually in already. Yep. Go. 23 monster claws. We're making a few. We're doing okay. Yeah, I imagine in the future I'm going to have to start cutting away more of the footage from like just around planets as I'm going back around to the old ones again until I come to the challenge levels at the very least. But at least this time I'm just killing time, collecting materials, which is something you have to do. There's no way around it if you want to like progress in a significant way. There's no way around it whatsoever. So to one end, I kind of want to show that off and be like, hey, this is the game. Whether or not you like it is kind of how it works. But I know there's a difference between playing something and obviously like, watching something. So, but I don't want to make it into a clip show. Like that's my pet peeve. I think. Like fair enough. Like if you're trying to do a time lapse, do a clip show. That makes sense. But not for something like this where there are like individual nuances and there is like a certain level of challenge involved. Like cutting away that 90% of the footage is not a good idea in my opinion, because it just puts you in a position where you've got nothing done, or it looks like you've got something done and didn't show it off correctly, which is not great in either situation, to be honest. Right, I do not like the shield whatsoever, so maybe I should like the shield a little bit. It's more stats, I guess. But I do want to make a new shield. I will buy you. We've almost got a stack of credits again, though. That would be very nice. Oh, I meant to jump again. Ha! I'm not with my motor skills yet today. It's another early morning session. I say early morning. It's another morning session. It's not that early. But I haven't eaten yet, so let's blame that. I was expecting just like a horde of mobs to come and attack me, and nobody came. Hey, a shroom wizard, let's go. Alright, shroom wizard. Ow. I did it! I got the hat! Yay! It's my hat! I did it! I look swag. Let's show off the strength damage. Yeah! Sword builds are fun. Ah! Yeah! Hot! Look at this. Mixing up builds on the fly. Oh, the trick earlier, the thing with the ancient golem I can show off as well, where it swings its sword, then changes like the direction it faces. You can see here, I will face this beautiful shroom, and as I attack, you swap sides. So the hitbox of the sword actually changes direction as the direction you're facing changes as well. So there you go. That's what it did earlier, and it hit me. Caught me by surprise. Caught me by surprised. Hello? English? Ow. Can you two stop being nuisances? Thank you. Hey? Oh yeah, I forgot I'd still got the Elder Attack on. I was like, why am I not doing over 100 magic? Oh well. It's just another thing I'm going to have to throw away. But it is a nice drop. I like that for a drop. Hey, you can sell that for some money. I like that. Alright, just the boss left. Nice and easy. Right, 45 monster claws. We're getting there. Unfortunately, we're out of Shroom Town. Armor, I think, deserves it the most. There we go. We're out of Shroom Town portals right now, so just got to make the rounds, as it were. Beetle emblem I don't really care for. I will buy one of you, though. And we should be able to get to the 10,000 stack limit and call it good for today. I would like to keep one of them, please. Thank you. There we go. Then what else don't we need? Unfortunately, we don't need these. Think that's it. Just a few credits to play with. Goodbye, old chap's hat. Goodbye, epic ring. Alright, so we got one leveled up to max. There is a race that unlocks, I'm pretty sure, when you get all of the... I can't remember which one it is, I'm trying to think of it, but when you unlock all of the ship droids up to max. So again, I need 5 more stacks of credits, which don't take that long to accrue, truth be told, so I'm not too bothered about that right now. But it is something to keep in mind, because I know that it isn't always going to be the case that it's quite so simple to just get that many credits. But it will start to pick up as I do the harder levels, and to be honest, the Ancient Ruins isn't a bad place to go for credit farming. You can basically just collect scrap metal and sell it. Obviously, as I've said before, the scrap metal sells for 2 credits per scrap, and you get scrap like so often on that level. It's basically just a free money farm. Like it's really easy to do. So if I really wanted to, I could just stay there for probably like another hour or so and make sure I get all of this done. But that's not what this game. That's not what this series, I suppose, is about. Nor is it what the game's about. I know grinding is definitely part of it, but you know, there's definitely something to be said about not doing that and instead earning your keep legitimately. I'm trying to see if there's anything in the second tier that I might like to use. No, Vault Thunder I like. None of these are the shield I want. So the extra helmet. Already got the Vorpal stuff. This gives magic. Not that useful though. No, I think we're okay. Yeah, I think we're okay for now. What I want to do, you know, truth be told, is to get decent gear, and the way I'm going to do that is probably just by making it. So I need to go back and get some more tier 1 stuff eventually, so I can get like a better mage gauntlet, I can get like an actual shield that I want, and better hood and armor here, but it's not too difficult to just imagine having these stats. I know it's not a massive increase, like 9 isn't a big thing, because that's all the difference is between like a standard and a legendary item. At any level, there's 9 is the difference in stats. That's it. So like it's not a huge amount, but it does make the difference in certain situations. Like having an additional 6 stats here at level 4 would make me a little bit more powerful, and maybe like make the difference between like 2-shotting or 3-shotting certain enemies. This is just a drop, so it doesn't really matter. But the same can be said for the hoods and the armor. Like for these two, obviously having an additional 9 stats is really useful, and because those stats are front loaded, like the differential never changes from a level 1 item or a level 10 item. It's always a 9 constant. Getting them earlier on is obviously better, but when you've got levels in these things, it generally overshadows it slightly until you can get like a legendary one later on. But be that as it may, there's nothing I can do about it right now, so I'm going to do one last thing to bookend this. Let's make a few more of these and make a few more recipes. I'd like to keep one this time instead of being a bit of an idiot. Viking 28, Vengeance. I think I've done all of these combinations. So looks like it. So I'm going to swap out this one for that. Bolt shield. Hey, that's much better than my shield. Get out of here. Welcome to the family, son. In fact, that might actually be the shield I wanted, to be honest. Is it? Yes, it is. That's the shield I actually wanted, so that's fantastic. Epic, again, only losing out on 3 stats to a legendary piece of gear right now, so I'll take that any day. Epic I'll take, no problem. So that's really good. That's actually the stats that I was after. Basically, I'm going to change this later on into like an ultimate shield, so the stats will modify ever so slightly, but that is perfect. So that's exactly what I wanted. It wasn't legendary, but I'm not going to complain. That's fine. But there we go. Thanks to everybody. Like, genuinely, thank you so much for your input on whether or not I should kill the character at level 40. We're coming up on level 50 now. We're only 44, but 50 won't be too far off. I've got 2 more planets I want to show off definitely before I die, but we'll see. Like, I don't think they're going to prove to be difficult at all. But for right now, that's pretty much everything I wanted to express. Next time, we're going to move on to the next planet, which I believe is the Roguelands. Yeah, Roguelands. So that one will be next episode. If you guys want to come and see that, then obviously tune in the next couple of days and it should be up. This one took a little bit of extra time because I wanted to get your feedback and of course then progress a little bit further, go back, find some things that I've missed and show off the bits and pieces that you guys should have seen but unfortunately hadn't. So the Roguelands is definitely next on the docket, and it should be something that I will begin to grind out for some new materials, and I can move on after that to the Bifrost. These 2 planets I definitely want to show off before I kill the character, but there's not much else I can really say about them right now without actually showing them to you, so I'll leave it at that. But we're just going to check in with Olaf just before we end it off, see the progress that we've made. It's not too bad. The Shroomtown and Ancient Ruins are peeling ahead of Deep Jungle and Hollow Caverns. Hollow Caverns I'm surprised by being quite so low, but what are you going to do? All I can do is hang around and hope that it changes in the future. But that's it for now. Genuinely, thanks so much for joining me today, guys. Hopefully you guys are prepared for the next one, because obviously we're going to start picking it back up again and trying to put some effort back into the game. But for now, hopefully you enjoyed this one. Please look after yourselves, because I'd like to see you again. But until then, have fun. And bye for now.